Hello everybody and welcome back to the Sonic Generations Projects playthrough. You see, there we go, we're buying some skills from Cream. At last you can feed Cheese with the 200 rings we've given her, it's all good. So anyway, up next we're taking on Silver's boss fight. Now, this is another very cool part of the 06 project, because of course everyone remembers the original Silver fight for one reason or another. Probably because there's so much potential for bugginess to go on, like, he can grab you and then sort of, toss you up in the air where, you fall and he grabs you again, chucks you off and you die. All that wonderfully semi-infamous stuff. So thankfully, as you can see here, what they've done for the 06 project is that they've taken Silver's boss fight from Generations and basically just transposed where it takes place, because originally it took place in Crisis City. But as we fight him in Soliana in the original 06, they've sort of changed it to this highway which is themed more around Soliana New City. And at this point I realised the highway at the start, which I thought so constantly to be one of the town missions, is probably actually just this highway at night. Which is fair enough, if you got it, use it. And of course it is bloody amazing in the first place, so they actually managed to completely and utterly transpose Silver's boss fight into a completely new location. Which they actually sort of do again a bit later with the quote-unquote Iblis boss fight, which is a more direct reskin of the Perfect Chaos boss fight. It's basically turning Perfect Chaos red and all the water into lava, pretty much. But yeah, in any case, it's a pretty good way to make reference to a boss fight that wasn't in Generations at all in the first place. But yes, aside from the new locale, it is basically the exact same boss fight as it was in Generations. No, that's a problem. It's a pretty fun boss, including the marvellously cathartic homing attack on him, which is coming any second now. And bam, lovely. I remember when I played this on livestream, as he just smashed into with a glorious slow-mo, I was just like, this is for Sonic 06! Oh, goodness. Yeah, one of the problems I actually remember having with this boss fight was I'd always end up running out of rings somehow. I suppose because I was constantly boosting, because you do actually have to keep your speed up. Silver doesn't sort of just hang around where you are at the moment. So of course there I was, somehow managing to run out of rings as I'm going around the circuit. So it never occurred to me to sort of slide into the cars and whatnot so that you actually keep your boost up. And I imagine you actually get more of your boost back for sliding into them as opposed to bumping into them, which is what I was doing. It never occurred to me. So there I am, running along, bumping into all the cars, just whacking Sonic's face into every bit of debris I could come across just to get my blooming dash back so I could catch up to him. Yeah, I don't quite know how I managed that, but what are you going to do? Yeah, luckily enough for this recording, I actually wised up and thought, maybe I should actually slide into them, that might help. Can I do it again? Can I do it again? I think I can, lovely. Right, I think at this is the point where he pulls up what I can only really think to describe as the mega trash ball. Yeah, there you go. Behold, the trash sphere! It just looks like an entire rubbish dump just compressed into a ball and sent speeding towards some blue hedgehog. But yes, I'm sorry, Silver. I have danced this dance before and I know how to get to you. Take you out and make you crash into the trash ball, making the trash rain down upon your head. How grim. And we're done, lovely. Alright, come now, come now. S-rank, lovely. Alright, let's move into more cutscenes.
Hey! Is this a joke? How could someone like you cause the destruction of our
Hello.
world? What do you mean? It doesn't matter. For the sake of the future, the Iblis trigger must be destroyed.
Oh god, I never actually noticed that Silver's sort of chest fuzz goes all the way around, to quite visibly coming off his back to the extent it starts bubbling around. Oh, ooh, I can't stop noticing it now.
It's time I finally put an end to this. Stop! Amy? Get out of my way, Amy. This is my mission.
Absolutely not!
Thanks, Amy. I appreciate it.
Right, I'm off. Good luck fighting him.
Leave it to me.
Knuckles.
I saw Eggman on the outskirts of the city. He wanted me to give this to you.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Okay, now this is one thing that I always found so funny. Like, I swear to God, if Eggman decided to sell some of his inventions, He would be so rich, he just wouldn't even need to start chasing Sonic in that. He could probably just buy his own Eggman land, because, I mean, look at this. Look at this. He's made, like, holo cards. I mean, granted, you probably need a fair bit of marketing to get it going, but come on. Take it on Dragon's Den. You never know. Good pitch. They might go for it.
Sonic?
Since Eggman went to the trouble of telling me where Elise is, I think I should thank him personally.
Alright, straight into White Acropolis. Now, this is by no means my best run. I was really gunning for this because, for whatever reason, I don't quite know why, but I had a couple of crashes with White Acropolis. The game sort of just outright froze at a couple of points, which is really weird because I must admit I've very rarely had that. The only like bug I sort of regularly encounter with the 06 project is the infinite load thing. My working theory is that I had a virus scan running in the background at the time, so maybe that interfered with it, even though I have been able to play this before without that happening. In any case, managed to get through it. Technical troubles aside though, this is another level that really benefits from its implementation in the 06 project because, of course, with the Sonic Generation snowboarding physics, it feels so much better. This bit is actually really fun to just completely blast through if you get lucky. I mean, one of the skills I bought from Cream the Rabbit's skill shop earlier was the speed up thing, and I have a sense that perhaps you're not meant to do that with the 06 project just because, my god, like it got to the point where I was going down this mountain so quick at some points that it was like nigh on uncontrollable. Having said that though, without wanting to be horrible to the original developers, it does feel a bit better than the original Sonic 06 because it does actually feel like you're on a snowboard in this instance. Alright, having gone through one of the 06 project's trademark seamless area transitions, it's time for the spike trail. I've tried this bit so many times, and I'm fairly sure not once have I been able to get, like, past it. Yeah, there we go. Not once have I been able to do this, and actually get it, you know, perfect the whole way. I got really close a couple of times, like on the, again, unfortunately, unfortunately the recording's been a bit weird, but I almost managed it on a couple of the attempts that unfortunately ended up freezing, but yeah, I don't know, it's always like that. If it's not the penultimate sort of set of spikes, it's the last set of spikes. I always quick step the wrong way and end up just slamming into it. This bit we're in now is another instance of like an Amigo or other Hedgehog area that's been converted to work with Sonic. This bit, I believe, you actually play as Tails. You sort of, like, as soon as you finish loading this bit, you're just playing as him. You just gotta, like, go around and sort of escape the area. And I must admit, here in particular, they've done a really good job of that. There's a whole bunch of, what they've done is basically just put in a whole bunch of great little platforming segments that test your ability to sort of use enemies as a pathway to get to somewhere. There's also a bunch of like straight up monster fights, so there's a part coming up where, you know, each button you press spawns a whole bunch of Iblis creatures that you gotta take out. But there are a couple more instances of that sort of platforming as well. Actually, for some reason this has reminded me of the whole thing with Tails using the dummy ring bombs in this game, where, you know, if you just threw one on the ground, there was a bit of a delay, you know, he did the animation, we did it. But if you, like, started to fly and then started dropping it, you could just, like, fling them all over the place. There'd just be dummy rings everywhere. And for some reason, I don't know why, the dummy rings were so weird, because there was almost like a wee bit of skill to them. A wee bit of skill to their use, because, you know, if they just straight up whack this one at me, deals one bit of damage to them, you know. But if you do that whole thing where you start basically carpet bombing them with the things from the air, if any of the rings touch an enemy, it deals damage to them. So it was just really funny how you could just like bring these really powerful robots to their knees just by managing to get a couple dummy ring bombs touching them at once. In a way, I must admit, I would love to see a return of Tails' tail whip move from Sonic Adventure. I always find it so weird they never really thought to re-implement that in any of the other games as far as I'm aware, but I must admit, if they have that alongside sort of a more fleshed out version of the dummy ring bombs, kind of like they had in Heroes, because of course, you know, if in the rare instance you actually managed to play as, you know, Tails in particular on your own, that's what he used, but they were like a different colour and all that sort of stuff, so I must admit, maybe some more fleshed out dummy ring bombs wouldn't go entirely amiss. So this is the very last part of White Acropolis, and being as someone who apparently seems to really appreciate the odd alternative pathway, I really like this final bit, just because, as you can see, the level just really opens up pretty much out of nowhere. Like, this thing I'm doing here, just riding along the rail at full-on speed. That's only just one thing you can do. You can also go over to the left and, you know, sort of take a few more enemies out, get your score up a wee bit, that sort of thing. Which, you know, admittedly doesn't really matter as much in Generations, but it did back in 06, so, yeah, once again, I know this is a point I've made time and time again. It's just nice having different routes to take. And there we go, past the goal ring. Right, come now, come now. I'll accept it. Alright, now we move into some more cutscenes.
You're late.
Well, we had to deal with your little pets.
Where's Elise?
My, aren't we impatient?
Sonic!
You better not move. Now.
Oh dear god, the weird gold cap things take up most of the frame.
Place it there.
Ah, there it goes. Off to become a massive plot black hole.
Huh? What?
No! It's no use.
It's no use!
It's
Sorry,
too
obvious
powerful
joke,
for
I know.
you to overcome. Now, allow me to introduce you to my latest creation. This is the Solaris prototype.
Hey, 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 get out of the way, love. Hey, hey, hey.
With this machine, I'll be able to control the flow of time itself.
Again, Eggman has made a functioning time machine.
They're not dead
A functioning time machine. I mean, it's probably not a great idea to privatize it, but I mean, you know, you can always sell it to some scientific communities or something. There you go.
Glorious
Get mad
invention to
dosh.
another time. Who knows where they'll end up? It could be in the distant past or far future. But my machine still requires some fine-tuning. In fact, what my machine needs in order to be complete is your power.
My power?
Yes, I can finally complete my plans, now that I have the Chaos Emeralds and you. The Princess of Soliana.
Elise is just like,
That's
oh
all
my
I
god,
need to
please stop
revive the
talking.
flames of disaster. And with its power, I will be able to control everything and rule the world. So, you would be wise to remain on my good side.
Boy, do I feel dizzy. Where are we?
Oh, look who's here. I didn't expect to see you guys.
Rouge! Shadow!
Hi, long time no see.
Shadow's just like, I don't care. I don't care what's happening here. I'm Shadow the Hedgehog.
This is the distant future, far removed from our own timeline.
The future? Then that means Eggman's machine can control time!
Eggman's got some nerve dropping us here.
Now, how can we get back to our own time?
You need a space-time rift, but this requires a lot of energy. I see. You mean using your chaos control will... Yes, but that alone is insufficient. Okay, Shadow. It looks like we need to work together.
Right, so as we make our way through this rather ingenious use of Silver's part of Crisis City as the hub world for the future, I'll end this part here. Next time we're speeding through Crisis City and Flame Core. I've been Stranger Amethyst, thank you very much for watching.